Hi, I'm Kara, otherwise known as Boho Berry, and I wanted to invite you in to check out my WorkBox. So I'm going to show you what I have where and why and how I have it all organized. So I am pretty obsessed with all things pen and paper. So my main priority when I got my WorkBox was to have enough space to store my inks. I use a lot of fountain pens and a lot of inks for them, so I actually have all of my fountain pen inks on this top left shelf, and then also more in the top here. And I actually have more inks downstairs that still need to make their way up here, but those will be soon. So I have all of my fountain pen inks and basically everything writing related on the left-hand side. So I have my calligraphy pens, I have some markers and calligraphy inks down here at the bottom. And then I also have some handwriting resources. These are all ink samples, which are really, really fun to test out different colors with my pens. In these small shelves, I still have more pen and ink related things. I have some cotton swabs up here on the top that I use for testing out different ink colors. I also have all of my wax seals and wax sealing sets that I use when I write letters, and then some of my distress oxide inks that I use for stamping. In the center, I have on the top left is all of my letter writing materials. So I actually get a lot of fan mail, and anytime I get one, I put it up here, and whenever I feel like writing a letter, I'll pull one down and send a reply to it. And then probably my favorite shelf in the whole workbox is all of my past bullet journals. So I have a bunch of bullet journals here. Some are full, some are not, some are waiting to be used, but I absolutely love that shelf. And then on the top here, I actually have a bunch of pens that I have not yet opened. These are all pens that I need to do reviews on or I want to play around with. So those are in their packaging, just waiting for me to get to them. My other shelves up top here are basically gadgets or things that I need to use pretty regularly. A label maker and then more stamps. And then on the right shelf over here are notebooks that I have not used yet. So these are a lot of notebooks for the Traveler's Notebook system, and I just keep those on the shelf ready to go. In the center, I have my Scrapma box, which is full of all of my different pens that I use on a regular basis. And I actually have 2 more of these that I'm going to be putting in soon because I have that many pens. All right, so for the 3 drawers in the center, I actually kept them pretty simple. This drawer is full of nothing but pencils. My second drawer are just some additional pens and kind of random stuff that I want to throw in here. The last drawer is full of notions for my Traveler's Notebook. So I actually have some different adhesive pockets and elastic kits for restringing the notebooks and things like that in there. And then on this top shelf here, I have my Silhouette Cameo. This is what I use to cut stickers and other things here at home. And then underneath is kind of my extra storage. So I actually have my laminator, I have a bunch of different types of paper and cardstock, and a paper trimmer down there. The right-hand side, I have all of my painting things. So I have watercolors, I have watercolor brushes, I have all of my acrylic paints, some different distress stains, and liquid concentrated watercolors. I decided to go with the door upgrade kit. I really wanted some extra shelving space for all of my paint and have some bars for my washi tape down at the bottom. And I knew that just the one side was not going to be enough. I have a ton of different watercolor papers. So whenever I feel like watercoloring, I can just come in and grab whatever size I want to work on and get to work. Then I have some different watercolor sets in here, some different palettes. And the next few drawers are actually all of my Silhouette accessories. So I have some different types of cutting mediums. I have a bunch of vinyl that I'm going to play around with soon. And then at the very bottom, I have some knitting notions. So I have some knitting needles and then some yarn that I use frequently. And I do have a lot more yarn than this, but that's a conversation for another day. And then the last little bit on the right-hand side here, I have some hooks for hanging my scissors and my rotary blade, and then all of my washi tape and my paper folder down at the bottom. And that is it.